Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up. What we have for you today is a 2014 Shelby GT500 that was converted into a Super Snake, also equipped with the wide body. So we're gonna break it all down for you guys, show you the car, front to back, top to bottom, under the hood, interior, and go over all the options that are included on this Super Snake wide body. All right guys, so we're gonna start under the hood on this 2014 ruby red metallic wide body Super Snake because that's where all the fun happens. So under the hood you have your liquid cooled Kenny Bell supercharger, which is polished for this car, and that's going to produce 850 horsepower. So a lot of questions people ask are, what's the difference between a GT500 and a Super Snake? And there's a lot, most notably what goes on underneath the hood. So at the time of completion for this package, which was done in 2014, the Super Snake package was $41,495, and we've attached all of the invoices for you to see in the listing. Included with that is also going to be the SVT performance package, but with this car as a GT500, it was already equipped with the performance package. You have your Willwood front and rear brakes. Fronts are going to be 6 pistons, rear 4 pistons, and they are going to also go with the matte black wheels. A lot of the ruby red metallic cars had either white stripes, usually the aluminum wheels as well. I really like the black stripe with the black wheels on this car. It gives it more of a menacing look to it. Under the hood, you're also going to see your overflow caps, which are all going to be billet aluminum. You'll see they're all Shelby. So monster motor. I mean, in a GT500, you have that 5.8 liter with 662 horsepower. Now with the Super Snake package, you send it back, you get that liquid cooled Kenny Bell supercharger, and you're over 850 horsepower. And you can see that the car right here underneath the hood is all motor. So the stripe package on the Super Snake's different than what it would be on the GT500, as well as the hood. On a GT500, you have the dual stripes here. You have that single stripe in the middle, a bigger stripe, and 2 side stripes that are smaller. You have the open scoop hood on the Super Snake. Most notably, you know, anyone who sees that, very recognizable to a Super Snake. So the wide body package, the wide body on this car is a full wide body. You could get cars that were just rear body, wide bodies. This car at the time of completion was really, really cheap for the wide body. And when I say that, it's $17,995 because at the time when production on these Super Snakes got shut down, it was as much as $35,000. So if you're not aware, the Super Snake program from 07 to 14 was open until 2021, and they've recently shut that down as of last year. So they would cap every year at 500 units. They'd never reached that number, but it was always available to you to send your GT500 back to get converted into a Super Snake, or in this case, even a wide body. But that is no longer the case. We're hearing that there was less than 60 wide bodies completed between 13 and 14. And if that's the case, I mean, you're going to see these cars really skyrocket in value once those numbers are, you know, produced and readily available for the public. So this car has 8,000 miles on it right now, a little over 8,000, 8,058 to be exact. One owner car. And some of the other upgrades that were included at Shelby Vegas, which is another important piece to this car. To get the upgrades done at Shelby Vegas, those cars tend to do more money than other locations. And all the invoices here, all the work were done at Shelby Vegas. Also, the one owner aspect of it is nice because, you know, the person who was paying for all of these upgrades were not people who were getting it at a discount price later and then abusing the car. So one owner Super Snake cars really are, you know, the ones that are well maintained, well cared for, not beat on, and not abused. And that is exactly what this car is right here. One owner, perfect condition, really nice shape, well maintained, and you know, never abused. It's got the 373 gears. That was a $925 cost. Your Watts Link suspension was $1,500. And as I mentioned, your whole wide body was $17,995. So the total cost of everything that was done at Shelby was a little under $57,000. Your window sticker on this car was a little below $70,000. So you're talking about a $127,000 car in 2014 to get done. But if you were to get this Super Snake done towards the end of the program, you're looking at a much more expensive car. Just the wide body alone would be another 17 grand, and that's putting you at right around 145,000, not counting what the additional upgrades of this car would have cost throughout the years with the price increase. So you don't see a lot of them done, especially with the wide body package, because it did cost a good chunk of money to get that done, and you had somebody that had to spend 150,000 plus on one of these cars, unless like this it was done early on in the early stages. So the ruby red metallic, super nice color, a lot of metallic, a lot of flake in here, really nice, because you don't see a lot of the Super Snakes done in that color, especially with the wide body. And also too, the GT500s. This was the last year that the GT500 was made. Kind of the last years that Carroll had any influence on these cars were the 13, 14 models. So his DNA is still in these cars. And the last GT500 to have a manual, I mean, that's big. After 2014, they moved to GT Premiums. They weren't using GT500s on those cars anymore since they weren't produced. And now the GT500s are all automatics. So really, collectors know what these cars are. The regular GT500s alone in 2013 and 2014 doing strong money, and the same is true here for the Super Snakes. Another feature of this car that I really like is the upgraded interior package. You have your Recaro seats with the nice Shelby logos on the headrest. You have your red stitching, red piping in the seats. We've seen different wide bodies, different Super Snakes without that upgraded interior package, and it's one of those things when you're spending that much money, you want top of the line options, you want everything, and this car has it inside and out with the wide body and now with the upgraded interior package. So one sold not that long ago without the upgraded interior package for a total sale price of $158. In here you have a color that's probably rarer than that car with your upgraded interior package. So really nice example, and it's a great car to use for a little bit and still have appreciate in value. So really be on the lookout for these Super Snakes, like I said, to start taking off and really ascending in value here as soon as these numbers on production are released. All right, guys, so that's a wrap on our 2014 Ruby Red Metallic Super Snake wide body. If you haven't, please give us a thumbs up, subscribe, and be on the lookout for our future inventory.